All right. All right. We are live again on this baby right here. Welcome to the Hood Films channel. What's poppin', world? What's good? What is good, man? I hope y'all having a great day. This is none other than Yusef Hood, the guy who owns and operates Hood Films, the film company that I put together many, many moons ago. And this is where I'm going to start talking my shit to y'all about the stuff that I check out online, the different things that goes on the computer. It's my little sweater, so don't trip about my sweater, y'all. Yeah, so anyway, I'll try to let some of y'all log in, but if you're definitely looking at this video and it's the playback, appreciate you coming on here. Definitely let me know if you're watching the video. Say, I watched this video on the playback and all that little stuff or something like that, so I know who you are when you make it back. Today, I'm talking to y'all about the Zoe Williams show. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see Zoe Williams on Kraig Facts show. He was on Kraig Facts show today, so I want to chat with you about that briefly because it's not going to be like I'm going real heavy duty on this one. I just want to talk about it because what happened was on the show today, it was kind of crazy because I thought that, it was going to be more funny or more interactive and shit, but it wasn't. It was kind of corny. It was like, dude got to talking all that positive shit. And it was like, oh, man, this nigga whack, man. But I ain't going to say he whack because at least he got a chance to get his point across about the scenario with Corey getting in his face and checking him and all like that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all probably didn't get a chance to see it because it just kind of went off about an hour ago. But, Corey Holcomb show is supposed to be coming on later tonight. I never really watch his show live, Corey Holcomb show. I always watch it like on the playback, maybe 3 or 4 in the morning or the next day. That's how I normally see the show. So, but Zoe Williams was on the show talking about the scenario. And that's the reason why I wanted to holler at y'all about it, because after the scenario went down, people was wondering, like, why didn't he do more stuff to protect his name and protect his legacy? What the fuck was he going through? But he didn't. He let a lot of shit ride. He let a lot of shit go down the way it did. And that's why we all talking shit about it right now today. So if you didn't get a chance to see the show, I'm going to break it down to you, but definitely like and subscribe. Hit them buttons. Make sure they push my brand around, push this channel around, because that allows me to keep talking shit like this to y'all and build this channel up, because we need to get this channel cracking like real crazy. And I got a movie right here on this channel that you can watch for free. I got a couple of them. But one movie is called Killer Rapper. That's my 2021 movie, so check it out. Yo, so anyway, Zoe Williams was on the show. It's a gang of niggas on Kraig Facts show, man. They had like about at least 10 niggas in the room. They all scattered around in the room and shit. They all talking shit from different angles. Kraig Facts kind of sit facing their group. And, and there's guys kind of scattered all the way in the back up close to where he is. And they all just talking shit. So you got Zoe Williams in there today. And I caught the show early when it first came on. So Zoe was just kind of talking a little something, like meeting the people and whatever. And he kind of got right into it because one of the guys on the show, I think his name Brandon. I don't know the guy because I really don't watch Kraig Facts show that much. But dude, he always asked the questions. He asked Corey. He was like, Corey, what happened when dude said he wanted to fight you? Your ass didn't have no smoke. And then Corey got to talking big shit like, what you mean? I whoop dude ass. And, so Williams ass. And, blah, blah, blah. And so everybody, that's the reason why I was watching the show this week, because I was wondering what he had to say about that, because Corey definitely said on Kraig Facts, Corey definitely said on Kraig Facts show, I whooped that nigga ass, even though on Corey's show, he didn't say that. He was just like, oh, so man, quit saying fighting, man. He tried to get him to calm down on the fighting side. So on this show, when Kraig got on there, that guy asked him, the guy, the dark skinned nigga with the hat, he asked him, he said, look, nigga, what the fuck did you when he said he'll beat your ass, like what would you whoop Corey Holcomb ass? And dude was like, Zoe Williams was like, hell yeah. He said, I say this, I won't back down like that. Like, I won't say no. I won't be scared. I won't be like, I don't want to fight him if it came to that. He said, I asked that nigga to fight on his show. And what he say? He didn't want to fight. I said, damn. So basically, you can almost say that Zoe Williams is kind of keeping the bullshit going. And that's literally why I wanted to watch the show, because I wanted to see, is it going to be some bullshit still brewing behind that shit? And so when he got on there, he definitely said he will whoop Corey Holcomb ass if he had to. And he said he asked Corey to fight his ass on the show that day, and Corey said no. So he definitely got smoke for Corey, and that's what the fuck I watched the show for. because I wanted to see what kind of bitch ass nigga Zoe Williams is. Is he a super bitch, or he just a nigga that, you know, he fuck around in different ways and stuff? But he did say he'll fuck Corey up. He said he'll fuck Corey up. And so everybody was like, damn, straight up. What's, hey, what? He said, nigga, I'm telling you. And he had one of his homies with him. He said, I brought my homies with me so they can let you know who I am and how I am growing up and how I tried to do all these things to change my life for the better. And that's really what his whole story is. Zoe Williams' whole story is that he changed his life for the better. And so to most people, he looked like a bitch ass nigga. But to himself, he's trying to better himself and make himself be better for his kids and make himself be better for his future, not just be some street nigga and shit where he'll wild out if he got to. You know what I'm saying? He's saying he ain't like that. He ain't on that kind of shit. So it's like, okay. So they kept asking him questions. They asked him questions like, the major question everybody was wondering, why didn't you make no payment plan or give Corey no money? Why didn't you give him no money at all? And dude was like, he kept telling me not to pay him. But see, this is the trick, and I'm glad y'all watching this show right now. And I appreciate y'all watching this because I went and got the real info for y'all on this shit. Zoe Williams got fucking $39,000 from donations off the fucking Corey Holcomb show. Motherfuckers sending money in. He got fucking $39,000 from that shit. I'm telling you fucking the truth, gang. He took the fucking money and took care of his life, took care of his business, bought a car, did his things what he had to do, took care of his kids, took care of his bills. He said he had like $30,000 left after he spent the first $9,000. He said, but he wasn't trying to get that money to Corey because that money was given to him by the fucking fans, just like people like y'all. That's why he was like, I'm not giving him that motherfucking money. And so that's what it was. So people kept saying, oh, that's illegal. The niggas on the show, they was like, if you got a GoFundMe and you got the money for some other motherfuckers, you can't get the money to no nigga. You can't give him the motherfucking money. That's illegal. Is that true? Is that not true? Y'all motherfuckers got to tell me, man. I don't know. But it do seem suspect that a motherfucker that you got $30,000 and you got a good goddamn reason why you can't give me none of my motherfucking money. And then the fucking money you did spend, it was strictly for your bills. It was strictly for your household, strictly for your life. None of the fucking shit that you owe out. Maybe you don't even look at it like you owe me. Maybe you look at that shit like, nigga, you said don't pay me. And that's what he kept saying throughout the show, everybody. He kept saying, he told me I ain't have to pay him. But he told me I ain't have to pay him. He said that like 100 times. And everybody know when the motherfucker saying that shit to you, they don't mean it. They mean it just enough so you comfortable while you're around them at that point. Like, all right, nigga, you good, man. You good. Tomorrow, if they see your ass, you back on for that motherfucking money. A month from now, 2 years from now, you back on for that fucking money. So he tried to play Corey like a hoe. And the niggas kept asking him questions. He really couldn't answer them. He kept having a whole ass answers to myself. Man, I didn't want to get the money to him because I'm trying to save it. I'm trying. This nigga even said this, man. I hope y'all ever play this back. If y'all play this back, man, you leave a comment and you be like, nigga, I played this back, man. I'm glad you told me this shit because you can make a better opinion about this whole situation. The nigga said he got $30,000 left over from the GoFundMe money that the people, the fans like y'all sent him through the 5150 show. The nigga said he kept motherfucking $30,000 of the money in some lady's account. One of the donors. He said 30 G's is sitting in her account. Now, who the fuck do shit like this? What I'm telling you, why people get their motherfucking ass kicked right here. That's it. So wait a minute. Instead of paying me my motherfucking dough, you got the money sitting in some bitch account who I don't know. Maybe you say you know her, and it's just gonna sit there until whatever the fuck happened. He said, I'm not spending that money. That's for my studio. That's what he said. So, my opinion, and I don't know your opinion on that. That's ass kicking shit again. We got the money, nigga. Just give me half of it. Give me a cut. Give me 5 G's. Give me the gesture that you're gonna hit me back. You don't sit back and take the lump sum and say it's in a fucking account overseas some fucking where. Why are you even telling me you got the money? Why you even let me know you got $30,000 if you're gonna tell me that the money is all the way over here helping somebody get fucking surgery across seas or some shit, and I'm sitting up here telling myself where my motherfucking money at? But it's all locked down. I can't get to it. Man, he said this on the Kraig Fact show. So Williams said that $30,000 of the money that he got from a GoFundMe is sitting in a fucking account of some ladies. Now, I don't know the lady. He didn't say the lady name, but can you let a nigga owe you money like that? Well, you gonna sit up here and let the money be sitting in a motherfucking account, and you sit up here knowing damn well you owe me money? Nigga, it'll be a motherfucking head. Your head will be split open, nigga. I don't give a fuck about what got to happen. Why? Because you trying to play me, man. That's why I say I could never loan somebody money like that. If I give you that money, it is for free. I'm gonna do it on TV so everybody know. Here, we got a donation. Because if I had to get that back from you, it would be a problem. Angry man, angry black Negro. What's up, my nigga? He said, if a man tell you he don't need it, he's saying he's financially stable, not to hound you. However, a man, at what point do you give a motherfucker their money back? $1 billion. And even if you ain't got it at all, you could give a motherfucker something. He said he took 9 G's and took care of his family. He said they donated $39,000. He said he took the first $9,000 and spent it on his family and spent it on his life. You could have said, man, I'm gonna hold out on getting this one thing. Here go a G. Here go $1,000. Here go $500. Man, I ain't got it all. You know I'm struggling, nigga. Here, man, take this $500, man. If I get more, I'll hit you with it. But nigga, hey, but he didn't do none of that. The nigga said he caught the bus to the show for a whole year. And nigga, you caught the bus all the way from Inglewood to the Valley. Nigga, it's a job. You trying to have a career. Just get your ass down here the best way you can. Or don't come down here. It's on you, nigga. But if you took the sacrifice to do all that, that ain't nobody else's fault. That should nobody give you no motherfucking applause because your ass took a fucking bus across the goddamn city to come down here to a thing your ass want to do. We used to catch the bus to go to the club. When we didn't get down to the club and say, hey, bitch, I need some extra pussy because I caught the bus down here. All them niggas drove. Nigga, that's on you. How the fuck you got here? You know what I'm saying? That's your hustle. That's your grind. Motherfucker, get a bike, ride a 10-speed, get a fucking motherfucking whatever you need to do. So a lot of shit he was saying, it was hard to fucking understand it because he has a mentality of a weak individual. And so it's like he feel like how he feels, how his perception of things should be the norm. That should be how everybody see things. Basically saying, I shouldn't be mad at you, or I shouldn't be mad at that person. Why are you going to have a beef? We should all come together and be friends and lock hands, and all of us should be able to, no, nigga, hold on. This motherfucker crossed the line, or you crossed the line. I got to say my piece. I got to speak on this shit. I can't go to sleep every night or look myself in the fucking mirror knowing that I let you walk around on me and play me or trample over me. We got to at least say something about this shit. I mean, yeah, it might be a fucking shout match. I might get in your motherfucking face too. But that's what friends ought to be able to do. And that's why I say that nigga Zoe Williams just proved to me he ain't really a tight friend. He basically watching your pockets. He basically watching what you can do. He peeping your game. He watching your ass like, okay, so this nigga just came up on this new thing. So he coming around Corey like, I just put this nigga in a new documentary. We was on a documentary. I told him as soon as we get this, then goddamn it, we're going to get paid from this. And then it turns out it was really a Tariq Nasheed documentary. I think that's what he was saying. He was saying he got a documentary. Then he said he got Corey an interview on a Tariq Nasheed interview. I'm not sure if it was the same documentary or if it was two different ones. But he said he's trying to sell a documentary to Netflix. But he got Corey on that documentary. So I don't know if it was the same documentary that he said later in the show that he was getting with Tariq Nasheed. But regardless of whichever one it was, he was basically saying that Tariq, they're gonna make a deal with Netflix, and when they get this deal, then Corey, you're gonna be straight. But then that's almost put me off until what if Netflix tell you no? What if Netflix say we don't want that fucking documentary? Then I'm off until you come up with another joint. So I'm gonna honestly say, well, Corey had to put his name, he had to put the money up if he had it, because otherwise they're gonna look at him and hold him responsible for it at the place. So that's what it was. So the lawyers would have held him responsible if he didn't have to pay that money. So I just wanted to holler at y'all about this shit, because after seeing dude interview, it's like you really get a better glimpse of the mindset of motherfuckers who don't really be thinking of the best interest of you. They got their mind set on them. And if you look at the nigga conversation 90% of the shit is about what he on, how he feel, what he trying to do, and what his next plan is. And if he hit a lick, and he didn't even look at your motherfucking shit as something that's relevant. He got his own plan and operation, and you need to kind of look out at motherfuckers like that, because it's like he don't come off bad. He don't come off as a foul individual. If you could listen to the nigga talk, you'd think he really intelligent and got a better mindset than a lot of people. But technically, when it come to your ass needing to come calling this nigga, he gonna come up with some bullshit and then start philosophizing about how better of a human he is and how black people need to stick together. And well, which we do, but that just, what I'm saying, I definitely want to holler at y'all and tell y'all about it, because I watched it. I fuck with Kraig Facts and shit. He's funny than a motherfucker. He kick it on the show. You know what I'm saying? And so he rapping and shit like that. He got a lot of talents. And all these motherfuckers came up off the 5150 show. All these motherfuckers' names got in the industry off that show. And so that's how I found out about him. And so I fuck with some of the art. I even fuck with Zoe Williams as far as, being on the show, talking shit, keeping it balanced. But then, I didn't know it was this deep as far as taking $30,000 and keeping it in somebody's account. It seemed like a nigga that's just a habitual liar. It's like, what you talking about? First, you got the money. Now you saying you got it in some lady account. The next conversation or question is say, call the lady. Call her. Oh, I ain't calling her. I can't call her. So it's like, what do you do? Do you believe this nigga? Do you don't believe this nigga? Like, what do you do? How do you manage this shit? You know what I'm saying? So you got to just come up with this plan, man, and figure that out, man. So I liked a lot of the stuff they were saying on the show, Kraig Facts show. They got you laughing on that. It wasn't as funny. I agree, Ryan. That nigga, he was fake on that show. I ain't even gonna lie. The positive shit he got to talking about at the end, where he talking about people and black people and take care of your family and how much wealth we got in black folks. That's logical shit that you can find information about. I know the guy studied this shit. He read books. He know his stuff. But when it come to goddamn it helping a motherfucker out and doing all that shit, man, this nigga is phony than a motherfucker, man. Yeah, man. But the nigga's so phony. It's like I put 30,000 in another person's account. I can't even. If somebody told me that, it would make me really pissed with them, man. Especially on me money. Why would you even tell me you got $30,000 just to tell me that it's in somebody's account that you can't access? And then when they ask his ass, hey, what the fuck about this money? The nigga gonna say, it's in her account and I can't get to it until I contact her. Man, this nigga, man, that shit pissed me off, man. Well, he said Burgundy Blue. He's saying that it's in not his account. He said on the show, Kraig Facts show, Zoe Williams said it's not in his bank account. He said it's in some other motherfucker's bank account. And that's the bogus part. Yep. He said it's in somebody else's bank account. And I thought that that's foul, because how you going to even tell me you got the money if you left it in somebody else's bank account? That's what I said. You got to be careful who you hide your friends, man, because this nigga is a fake ass nigga, man. Yeah, on the real, because he said he took all of the early money. So he said he got 39,000 for the GoFundMe, but he said he took 9 G's, around 900,000, and took care of his family and took care of himself and bought a car and got his kids together. So, I mean, is the nigga right for that shit? Is he wrong for that? If you owe a person some money, I just think that, man, that's just yeah, you're right, Ryan. Yeah, he might not, man. He might not. Let me do my first response on this damn thing. I ain't as fast as a lot of these people, so let me just see if I can do it. Man, you actually got to write it all out and shit? Yeah, I probably won't be doing this too much. Got to write on, and you got to put apostrophe, so yeah, that's a lot of shit. But I did it one time, so there you go. But yo, at the end of the day, do not loan no motherfucking body no money that's gonna start giving you game, because the bro is a fucking habitual liar. Zoe Williams is a fucking habitual liar. He sits here and he starts telling you bullshit, and the philosophy part is to throw you off. He gaming you. That's the game right there. He come talking to you and shit and be like, damn, you know what? I got you. But you know what, man? You got some extraterrestrial intellectual manifestations happening. It sounds like to me that you're a Pluto and a Mars. And you be sitting back like, oh, what the oh, damn, man. Oh, okay, yeah. And at the end of the day, you know what the fuck he just said, man. And you know what I'm saying? He's a hustler. He hustled the fuck out of Zoe. Yeah, he could have 100 a week. Yeah, 3 years. 3 years. That's 52 weeks times 3. He could have gave that nigga $100 a year and probably Zoe would. I mean, he would have gave out like 3 G's right now. You snap, angry black Negro. Yup, that nigga on some Umar jobs and shit. That is funny to the motherfucker because it just don't make sense why he just won't come clean and hit that nigga with that money, man. No, but that's wrong. You right, George Henderson. All them years he wrong, man. Yup, he wrong, man. He wrong for that shit. That's wrong. And then you get on there and say that you got look that's why Corey was mad at that nigga. Because we didn't know that he got 30. I didn't know that he got 39,000. He revealed that shit on the show. The people been donating to this nigga so he could buy a car or whatever the fuck they was donating his ass on 5150. When he got the money, Corey know this shit. Corey know this nigga got that motherfucking money. And when Corey went and said, yo, nigga, he was just basically trying to play Corey up, which is the underlay for the overlay. We didn't know that he owed this nigga, and Corey know he got this money. But now he walking around like, this money is for the studio. It's for the studio. I don't even understand what the fuck that means. Burgundy Boo said he going to get the studio and someone going to fight in the studio. And then what goes around comes around. Yeah, you know that's how life go anyway. What you put out is what you get back. That's 100%. It ain't no escaping that. I don't give a damn who you are. That's just a part of this game. If you living, you better be careful what the fuck you put out because that shit come back. It might not come back that weekend either. It might come back 10 years on your ass, even longer. You be like, whoa, what the fuck? Damn, you know what? I bet you this because of this shit I did. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like that. But, you know, he should have. I don't think he even a stand-up nigga. He said, whatever I do, I ain't never going back on that nigga show no more. I ain't never going back on that nigga show. And I was like, damn. But, you know, the niggas was trying to move on Zoe Williams, man. They moved on Corey, but they was trying to move on that nigga a lot. I saw that on the dudes on the show. Because that one nigga with the hat, he kept asking Zoe the questions, the big questions, the serious questions. Because, you know, old boy Kraig is too free and kind of crack jokes and be cool. So the other nigga kept asking him questions and shit like, you keep saying hit a lick. Don't you think that's some bullshit? Dude asked him that. He said, hit a lick. That's some bullshit, right? Yeah, he asked that nigga that shit on screen too. Yeah. They hit the comments so they pop. What the hell does that mean? Oh, up here? I don't know what I did, man. I hope I didn't break this shit. It did come up here though. Was I supposed to do this? Man, y'all, she didn't fuck me up, man. I gotta be careful. I don't know if I fuck this shit up. Well, I just supposed to hit y'all shit and then is that how this works? So every time somebody say some shit, I click it and then it'll pop up on the screen. Okay, yeah, all right. I'm like, oh, that way I ain't gotta read it. All right, Burgundy Blue. All right, I feel you. Thanks for telling me because you know I'm just really getting to know this shit right now. All right, I'm gonna do that then. Okay, bad. There you go. All right, I get it now. I get it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he was on some bullshit, that nigga, man. Yeah. Brandon with the hat. He sure did. He came at that nigga. He told his ass. He was like, motherfucker, you is capping. And look, he also asked him, he told him at the end, like, why can you just make a, no, he said, no, because Corey, Zoe got the snapping talking about, I don't like that nigga. And the way he treated me was like this. And the way he treated me like this. And I think old dude asked him, one of the guys asked him, why you keep going back to the show? Why you keep going back all these motherfucking years? If you saying that this nigga kept you kicking with you like that, why you keep going back to the show? And so he was like, I had a plan. I swear to God that nigga said that. He said, I had a plan. And dude like, what the fuck you talking about you got a plan? He was like, I felt like if I could just build up this thing over here with Corey, then we could take it over on the next situation over here with Netflix or blah, blah, blah. He was like, Corey and him, he took Corey on, what's that show called? Fox Soul. And they interviewed. And he said, Corey kept telling him, look, nigga, you need to motherfucking go and kick it with these people at Fox Soul. And so he said, me and Corey was having that conversation. So he felt like that kind of plan right there, Corey understood that he wasn't going to be that much long anyway. I guess that's kind of like what he was trying to say. That's what he said, though. I got a plan. And then, but I think the nigga plan was, you know, sometimes, I don't know if y'all ever have friends like this, but if you live long enough, you might. I think that Zoe Williams is the kind of person that would a Jay-Z motherfucking Dame Dash. I mean, they were the Jay-Z motherfucking Corey Holcomb, just like he did Dame Dash. For instance, when Jay finally got that call from the super white man, well, then he hated motherfucking Dame Dash. It was like, okay, this nigga ain't shit, fuck lost. And then you don't see him no more with Jay-Z. And Jay-Z then just chew all the way up. I think that's probably the kind of personality that old boy would have had. If he ever would have got on, he would have took and looked at that crazy ass nigga Corey Holcomb, would have been like, if you don't get the fuck away from over here with your loud ass, with your ignorant ass, with your goofy. And that's how Jay looked at Dame. When they was trying to make it, when they was trying to come up, Jay wasn't looking down on Dame. He ain't had no problem with Dame. He was looking at that nigga like, tell them niggas, man, yeah, we got to fucking do what we got to do. But as soon as he little motherfucking Leo Corn, as soon as them white folks came in the room and was like, hey, look here, drop them niggas and we'll go on a ride. That nigga was like, stop calling me. Click, I move right there, I don't stay there no more. And he don't fuck with them niggas no more. That's Dame Dash. I mean, that's Corey, that's Zoe Williams. That lick that nigga hitting, that lick he gonna hit, that means you will never hear from that nigga again in life. And Corey and them would have been sitting on the show like, he used to sit right here. That nigga used to sit right here every day. But it didn't work out like that. We didn't get a chance to see that nigga glow up. So that's why the shit came out on this motherfucking ass. Because otherwise, that nigga would have been out there. And did you hear when his old friend from Pasadena was like, do we gotta do something? Hell yeah, I heard that. I did. Yeah, good call. Burger, you watched that shit. Yup, 100. That nigga said that shit. And I was kind of wondering about that too, because I'm thinking like, nigga, first of all, at 49 years old, now you don't have to go get another nigga with a bigger beard than yours. You're 49 years old. It should be a point that a 49-year-old nigga will slap the shit out of somebody talking disrespectful to him. That's just period point blank. That's just period point blank. So you got to go call another nigga with a beard grayer than yours, talking about some what y'all coulda, shoulda, woulda did to Corey one ass human, and all he did is says. But see, that's what the streets is all about. Because if they come beat the shit out of Corey, that 30,000 is off the table. We whooped your ass, nigga. You ain't getting no money back. That's the whole idea. Let me bring my gang up here, nigga, so that they know. God damn it. Hey, we'll beat your ass, Corey. Now I ain't got to give you shit. It's a threat on your life now, nigga. But, you know, that's how it is. You know, Corey ain't in that. He ain't from that town. Yeah, but that's a grown-ass man. That nigga said he's 49 on his own show. I watched that nigga show. Zoe Williams said, I'm 49 years old. He's named the year he was born and all that shit. He talked about his life. He talked about the fact that his mother went to the insane asylum, and him and his brother, his older brother, took care of him and his younger siblings and shit. They was broke as fuck. He ain't had no mother or father growing up. That's what Zoe Williams said on his own damn show. She said, last question. What did you think about Zoe's lawyer telling him not to write a letter to Corey? Now, I did not catch that part. I might have walked away or some shit like that, but I didn't see him say that, so I can't really determine what the fuck that meant. You know what I'm saying? If he said that, I didn't see that part when he said that. But if he did tell, if his lawyer told, if what did Zoe lawyer tell him, that make no sense that his lawyer would tell him that shit. If he did, he could have. We never know, because you sit next to the nigga every Tuesday. You sit right next to him. So all you gotta do is just go tell him, hey nigga, this is what my lawyer said. You ain't even gotta. It seemed like, and then the fact that nigga tried to check Corey that day, that show you that he had a little massive mental thing going on against Corey the whole time. Then finally it blew up. So it's like it's like this. Damn, this nigga paid that motherfucking money easier than a bitch. Damn, man, I ain't know he could do it like that. So you don't really want to get away from this nigga now, because that's kind of a shock. So you just drop the 20 G's like that? Like, what the fuck? Oh, damn. So you keep coming around. But you ain't coming around because you fuck with this nigga. You coming around because you like, how this nigga got to, so he traveling. What they paying this nigga every weekend when he go out of town? So finally it come to something pop off, and you can't hold out no more. You can't just be around this nigga. You gonna be like, nigga, your ass always doing some group, man. What the fuck you do that shit for? And then he looking at you like, what the fuck is this? You snapping. You got something to say? And so it turned into that. It's like Zoe wasn't over there just being a homie. He was over there kind of peeping the game like, so you just, wait a minute, so you just paid 20 G's. We sat here and asked for donations. We made that at 40 G's. It's money all around. It's money swirling. So he don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. He like, damn, I've been broke and fucked up. I don't know how to use this money. How the fuck, now y'all grown motherfuckers, I know everybody adults that's listening to me on this. If somebody gave you $30,000, would you tell them to keep it in their account, or would you want to keep it in your motherfucking account? That nigga Zoe Williams say that $30,000 from the money that they got from the donations is in somebody else's account. He said that it's $30,000 and it's an old girl account. I'm thinking like, what the fuck? That's crazy. So it's like, he was mentioning all this shit. I don't know why he wanted his business out there. Yeah, you're right. He's pocket watching, peeping, seeing what the fuck Corey got going. Then it couldn't show, it couldn't manifest all in so he just snapped. People do that to you. He just let it all out. Like, nigga, fuck you, nigga. And you playing Grady and you talking shit to Dolores. And then Corey was like, you bitch ass nigga, who the fuck you talking to? And then it blew up the friendship. But at the end of the day, come on, man, you got money coming in every 2 weeks, nigga. You supposed to be, you know, if we homies, you supposed to be making me feel like that you got my back. He kept saying on the show today, Zoe Williams kept saying on the show, but he kept telling me that he didn't want me to pay. He kept, what would you say if a motherfucker kept telling you he don't want you to pay? What would you say? What would you do? He said that like 30 times until one of them niggas was like, but do you really think he meant that? Do you really think that he meant don't pay me? Or do you think he was just saying you ain't got to pay me right now because we on this mode? And then he was like, yeah, you're right. I don't know. Why would you say it then? Maybe you fooling me or some shit. How the fuck I'm fooling you if you know you in debt to me, nigga? And then that's when that nigga with the hat on and shit, they say Brandon, he was like, hey, what do he really have to fucking tell you that you to give him this money if you owe him, nigga? Like, do he really got to go through all of this to your ass? You know you owe the money, but why he keep telling me not to pay him? Then why he keep telling me not to pay him? That's why I say sometimes niggas be bitch ass niggas, and that just really a lot of times seem like that's what dude is. Yeah, it is a pandemic, and he did say some bullshit too, because he was like, yo, Corey got to travel and go out of town and do concerts and tour. I know his money. I know he ain't got the money like that no more. How the fuck you know what this nigga got, man? You don't know what the fuck that man got in his pockets, nigga. And if you think he fucked up, pay your bill that you owe. Fuck you talking about? Yeah, he said he fell out. But see, you know why he fell out with RZA Islam, fam? He said he fell out with RZA Islam because he took sides against RZA Islam with another dude. Now, he might have known both guys, and that's why he was like, I was trying to play the middle. But at the end of the day, he felt like RZA, I mean, I guess RZA Islam might have felt like that they were the tighter homies. And then him and that other guy. But they did fall out. So, you know, it's a lot of that little, I don't know they clicks. I'm not in them clicks. So I'm just looking at it from a perspective like a news. I'm like channel 88 news. That's it. That's what I am. I'm not in them clicks. You know how you look at the news, motherfucker, and they ain't got shit to do with what's popping. They just be out there on the motherfucking news thing. Like, yeah, all this shit just went down. And they pop up and jump back in the truck and get the fuck out of there. That's basically what I'm on. I'm just telling you how the shit played out. You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, you know, Corey Holcomb show come on later on tonight at some point. I never really watched the live. I always watch the playback, but I know it come on Tuesdays at some point, midnight, or I don't know exactly what time they do it. But I'm sure y'all might see it or might check it out. I'm definitely going to see it, and I'm definitely going to get back on here and holler about it. I'm going to holler about what I see because, you know, if Corey see any for that shit, he gonna snap off. Hey, thank you, Burgundy. Up. If Corey saw what happened today, he gonna snap the fuck off. He gonna be like, "What, nigga?" Because you know, Zoe Williams, when old boy Brandon asked him, one of the first questions Brandon asked him, he was like, "Can you whoop Corey Holcomb ass?" And he asked him straight up, and everybody was like, "What the fuck, nigga?" And he was like, he kept asking, "What you think? Can you whoop his ass? Would you fight Corey Holcomb?" And old boy was like, let me just say this. I won't back down. I won't chill. I won't like say, you know, like I don't want to fight. I asked him to fight, matter of fact, on the show that day. And he told me he didn't want to fight. So it's like, you know, I know Corey going to have to say some shit about that for sure. Because that's like almost a call out. But then at the end of the show, he kind of changed it up and was like, he just want to piece things out. And he want to make sure that they have a friendship. He don't want to be on no negative shit with Corey. He felt like they both built it. He felt like he's 51-50, half owner almost, like is what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? What up, Dan? What's popping? So he's saying that that's him. You know what I'm saying? So he don't feel like that he should be kicked away from the shit. Nigga from the hood. What's up, Dan? Yeah, but that's what it did. So I looked at it like, and I wanted y'all to know that I was going to keep up with the motherfucking news going on that, because I knew the anticipation was coming. And after Kraig got on there and talked his shit, and then they was like, they was going to have Zoe on that bitch, I was like, I'm gonna go see it and just go see what the fuck they talking about. And you know, they make that shit funny. But you know, dude ain't really a comedian, so the show got kind of sluggish to me, because he started talking all that positive shit about, you know, making people life right and family living and, you know, taking care of your kids and all that shit. There's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, I was there for the smoke. I'm not even going to fake it. I was there to see what the fuck was he going to say in this shit. But he definitely didn't let down. You know, they talked about it. He got the shit off his chest. He said his piece. You know, he brought, like we said earlier, he brought one of his homies on the show from one of the times when he grew up. And I guess it's a guy that know him from when he was young. And he was saying that the guy's like some person, I guess, that work in the industry as well. And so he was talking about this guy, know that he'll kick ass. And the guy was talking about how they was on the phone with each other, like, yeah, we got to ride down on Corey Holcomb. Like, what the fuck, nigga? We got to ride out on this nigga. And so that's what Zoe Williams and the guy was talking about when they was on the show, because Zoe brought him to the Kraig Fact Show, this guy. So whoever the guy is, I never heard of the person. So I mean, but that's I guess they friends or some shit like that. And so that's what it was. But you know, they came at Zoe. They brought his ass the questions. They asked his ass what they thought it was. He had to answer. You know, he kind of bloviated and went off into the deep end into dumb shit to me. You know, he wasn't really saying the points. Like, he should have just came up with 100,000 and just been like, look, nigga, there go your money. Fuck you talking about? I got your money. It's going to come like this. Damn. Yep. Boy, Angry Black Negro. Yep. And then Corey took the nigga, but I'm going to let y'all see what Angry Black Negro say, because y'all can answer this question. He said, my question, how you wanted promo on a book, but you never promoted one of Corey's comedy shows ever. Dude wasn't a friend. It came up and it came up from jump. Yeah, that's true. And they came up. It was a come up from jump. That's true, because he could basically just get on. He could basically just come up fucking with Corey. He don't have to do shit. Just sit your ass right here. Let him be a punching bag. You know, if Corey want to talk shit about him, just talk shit or whatever. Yeah, they laughing at me. Yeah, I got the fucked up haircut. I got the hat on. Yeah, I got the hat. And then it just took off on another level, you know. And he started smacking the shit out the guy, and you know, treating the other guy. You know, he beat the little other comedian dude up, disrespected him, and a lot of stuff he was saying on the show, a lot of stuff that he was saying on the Kraig Fact Show, Zoe Williams, a lot of stuff that Zoe Williams was saying on the Kraig Fact Show today was the same shit he did to the a gooey raccoon, as Corey called a nigga. He was basically the same thing. He kept saying, man, he embarrassed me in front of everybody. He didn't treat me like a man in front of the internet. Everybody saw that. And we could have dealt with that better. Well, you could have did the same thing with the motherfucking dude. You could have did all that shit with the fucking, you could have just literally, even his homie said that shit on the show. His homie that Zoe Williams brought to the show. He said, you could have just, to Zoe Williams, you could have just got up and walked out. Even dealing with the situation with Corey, he said you could have just stood up and walked out the fucking room. But I don't know why that don't lock in your mind. Somebody told me a long time ago, I don't know how old I was, but they was like, there's only one motherfucker that care that's gonna even give a fuck about the story that you got to say why some shit happened. This somebody told me this, and they was like, your cellmate. And I was thinking like, what? He's like, and I thought about it, I was like, that's some true shit, because that nigga gonna have a story too. As soon as you get done explaining what the fuck happened, like, yeah, then they came through, right? I'm at the door. I won't even know who at the door. As soon as I open, they grab me. I ain't even tell them motherfuckers in there. They take me in there. I could have told them all them niggas, but they picked me. As soon as you get done with your story, that nigga gonna say, yeah, straight up. Look, so I'm right here on, like, don't you know where the track and the screen come? And so I walk in that motherfucker. How I know that them motherfuckers coming through? And now you motherfuckers sitting there with two dumbass stories. So that's basically really the only motherfuckers that's gonna care about the fucking shit that you got your ass caught up in. So you gotta kind of be thinking a lot, because you could, if he would have just walked out the fucking room, 80% of them dumbass things that nigga said to him would have fucking not even happened. He could have just been like, Oh, this nigga talking shit about that money. I'm walking out this bitch. That would have been, we wouldn't even be able to have these motherfucking videos. But he sat there like a victim and just got dogged out. Yeah, you dumb motherfucker, and you a weak link, and you a pussy nigga. And then he didn't want to fight the nigga, kick him in the chest or shit. He just went home. And now today, I fuck his ass up. I beat the shit out of Kraig Holcomb. And I'm like, you was sitting right there. You literally was sitting right there. You could have took your squeaky bottle and sprayed you could have took your Corona mask and threw it at his ass. Any kind of gesture that this is not right, what's happening to you? You know what I'm saying? But you sit back and don't fucking do nothing. And it's like, what the hell you gonna do? But that's exactly what somebody told me. I was young and I remembered that. And I was like, damn, that's true. Because when you think, yeah, if you ain't, I've been in jail in my life, you're gonna have this conversation. Sometimes you can't even see the nigga. It's another cell next to you, even know how this motherfucker look. And y'all talking about some shit that happened in your fucking life. And after you done, you get back to your motherfucking life and it's like shit. Damn, I hope what happened to that nigga. I don't know. I heard that shit he told me. So yeah. You say my first red flag is say being with 50 years old but scared to take off. That damn, I swear to God. Who the fuck even do that? Who the fuck cares about their hair? If you're a man, nigga, who the fuck cares about the fucking hair? And you walking around with every white motherfucker on TV is rich with a fucking bald spot. And nigga, you got a bald spot and you walking around uncomfortable about it. That shit makes no fucking sense to me. I could see if your hair was red or blonde or purple or some shit. Yeah, you might want to check yourself. But nigga, you got a fucking look on TV. It's not a white motherfucker on TV. They had us any fucking body on TV. We watching they stupid ass TV shows. They got a gut and they fucking whole head gone. Big ass bellies and shit. You don't even see it. Danny DeVito looking motherfucker. You so blind to it, you don't even see it. They look fucking crazy. But we watch that shit with no problem. Like, nigga, it's just TV. You know, so at the end of the day, why you give a fuck about wearing a hat? And then Corey ride that shit. He ride that. He always ride that because he know that nigga got that insecurity. And that's the reason why he was trying to fight old boy the first time, the guy that's his homie. So you just got to kind of think through this shit, man. I just wanted to break that down to y'all, what I saw today on the show, which was Kraig Holcomb. Zoe Williams went on Kraig Fact's show. Kraig Fact's younger, so he didn't really come with no real hard questions. He was asking the same questions he asked Corey. Well, what would a younger homie do? What should a younger homie see that happen? And that's probably what he want to figure out. You know what I mean? That's the shit that he care about. So you have to actually wait for that other guy that was coming with the questions. And I know he was holding back too, because dude is not a comedian. You know, Corey was ready for it when it was coming to him. But dude ain't a comedian. So I know a boy was asking a few questions, but they weren't really trying to drive too hard at old boy Zoe Williams, because everybody still look at Zoe as a victim in the situation. So they were just kind of asking him general questions. You know, would you fight Corey? You know, nothing really. They should have been on his ass like, nigga, you bogus for not paying that nigga. 3 years? What the fuck you mean you can't pay nobody, nigga, for no money like that owe you? Another motherfucker be trying to hunt your ass down. Be stopping you at the motherfucking store from buying shit. Like, nah, fuck that, a flat screen, nigga? Hell no. You being there, this is my grandmama, this is my sister, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. You can't not buy that, nigga, no. And it'll be a problem. But, you know, this is how life goes sometimes. So I think that he look at Corey as a pushover. He look at Corey as a weak link. He look at Corey as somebody he can kind of push over. He look at Corey that got money. He look at Corey like he got money. This nigga is straight. So I ain't got, if I need some shit, nigga, Corey, you got us? And I don't know if Corey be blinging and flying money around a nigga. I don't know. I ain't in their world. But I think that's how he ultimately look at the nigga. And I think that that's why he has not paid that money, because he don't look at Corey as somebody that's a threat on his life. He don't look at the situation like it's real serious. He just played the role the way he played it. And that's what that is, man. So I'm just grateful for all of y'all checking us out on this platform right here. This is Hood Films channel. I'm kicking it to y'all about what I learned today. You know, the 5150 show come on later on tonight. I don't know exactly what time that it come on, but it's going to come on later on tonight. I'm going to try to watch it tomorrow morning or at some point, and then I'm going to try to talk to y'all again at some point tomorrow about that, because if Corey going to probably respond to a lot of this shit, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that T-shirt, hey, yup, and I agree. He was a lick, yup. And I think that he probably caught on to that, because Corey from the projects, So he gonna know when a motherfucker around him just kind of around him and he can't benefit back up off the nigga. Basically, that's how you know when you the lit. When you can't benefit from the nigga that's kicking it with you, ain't shit you can gain from this motherfucker, then you the lit. It's just like that. So that's basically he telling this nigga, okay, even that 39,000 I got from the motherfucking donations, I'm sorry for what the fuck you got to go through, but ain't nothing. I ain't got nothing for you, nigga. Hey, it's in another lady bank account. It's in her bank account, man. That's what he said on the fucking show. He said the money is in he said one of the donors. The money is in one of the donors' bank account. I don't know how you do that at 49 years old, but it's not, I don't know. That's how he did with his life. So that's what that was. But I know Corey gonna have to tell it today. But Zoe did say he liked the t-shirt that Corey made with the Goofy on it and Zoe Williams logo. Corey said he liked the show. He liked that. He said that. I mean, Zoe Williams said he liked it. He was like, the dude, matter of fact, this is the last statement that guy said. What's his name? Brandon. He said, yo, so what if this is just a ploy for y'all to sell the t-shirt and then get the 20,000 made up that fast from selling the t-shirt? So y'all did all this shit as like a behind the scenes ploy and shit. So it was just kind of funny when he said that. But I don't know if that was some bullshit, but you know. But that's what he said. He puts money in some lady's account. Why he did that shit, what lady he did it with. Is that game? Is that just some cap bullshit that he ain't got no fucking money? Like somebody else said in the comments before, like, nigga, you ain't got no motherfucking money and that. You just saying shit because you can't nobody double check that. Who gonna be able to double back and see if some, get the fuck out of here with that. So people weird, man. You can't really speak for folks because, you know, everybody, I don't know. But if y'all got a homie like Zoe or somebody that kick it like Zoe, y'all better be careful. Because that motherfucker he gonna have some bullshit for you when the table turn and you start needing to call on that person. Some bullshit is, and we all have been there with our friends. Some bullshit is gonna come back in. Yeah. What's good, man? You'll see that sometimes people be fake, and I think that's what that is. When he on that show right now, and he said, "I know it's only one way to fix this mess." This is the last thing he said because everybody on the show was ready to move on, and they was like, what? And he was like, I gotta pay him that money back. Bitch ass nigga, you would have to wait 2.5 fucking weeks and 3 years and get cussed the fuck out to know that you gotta pay this man this money back. That is obviously you ain't gotta pay your fucking rent more than you gotta pay this nigga back. That's how you should be thinking about that shit. Why would you want a man walking around saying you owe him something? That's it. My father, my own daddy, who raised me, came to me one time and was like, I got 3 cars. I want to give you one of my cars. No bullshit. And I'm like, I'm straight. I do a lot of business downtown, so I don't really just take the train or I don't really need a car. He's like, no, I got you. I want to give you my car. And I'm sitting back like, well, I'm a grown ass man. Why the fuck would I want your damn car? So he like, no, man, it ain't like that. I love you. I want to give you my car. So I said, okay, I only got one test with my father. So I said, I'm smoking weed in that bitch. That nigga was like, never mind, and drove the fuck off. I'm not fucking bullshitting you. I had to keep it 100 with him. Why would you give me a fucking car? When I'm not asking you for, I didn't come to you. It's my daddy. I didn't come to you about no fucking car. I'm not on the phone making hints and shit like, yeah, it would be good to get all these groceries home at once instead of having to go back up to the. I ain't come like that. My father's like, I will give you a car. So I said, I'm going to keep it real with him because I smoke weed. And that's what the fuck I want to do in my car. So if you're going to give me a motherfucking car, soon as I get that bitch, I'm getting fucked up in that motherfucker smoking some weed. Now, is that okay? Is that the kind of car you giving me? And he said, I don't think so. So I understand. And it don't mean he wrong and it don't mean I'm wrong. It's just I'm real with me. So why the fuck would I take your car and then got to park on the side to smoke? Why would I take your car and bring it back with weed smell all in that bitch? And you like, what the fuck was you doing? We ain't got to do each other like that. Let's just be 100 with who the fuck we are. Then we ain't never got to play each other fake. We ain't never got to be around each other phony. Take your shit. If I come to you and need it, then yeah, motherfucker. Unasked, break it down. Give me that motherfucker. But if I ain't asking you for that shit, what the fuck are you coming for me like that for? But if you coming for me, because you can't tell somebody, don't offer something to me, but you can be real with yourself. I'm smoking weed in that motherfucker. Now I know you don't smoke weed. I know that's not how you kick it. You probably want no goddamn weed smoking in your car. So why even offer me some shit? You don't want to stop smoking weed to drive down car? No, but I'm just gonna be who I am, and then we don't have to go through all that shit. My man said, "What's good, bro? I didn't like him trying to play that pro black cop." yeah, man. So you see what I said. You see exactly what I saw, King Kulu. That's what he tried to do about that. Zoe is one of the coldest niggas talking. He know how to talk, man. And them niggas on that show, that's why they was trying to move away from it, because he was able to just be able to, man, he could talk. That nigga was cutting from I owe this nigga money to what black people gotta come together type shit. He was cold with it, man. This nigga could be a preacher. I ain't bullshitting. He was cold with it. But so you could see that unless that dude Brandon really was asking him the questions about why the fuck you ain't pay that nigga his money, it wasn't not nobody really could ask that nigga, because even when niggas was talking around him, he was able to take their conversations and swing that shit back. That nigga playing baseball with motherfuckers' conversations, man. He cold, man. Man, that new film coming up, man. As soon as this motherfucking snow get out the way, man. But I got a couple of joints I'm finna put together, man. But go watch that Killer Rapper right now. It's on here. It's on this channel. Then you can watch Killer Rappers right now. It's a whole hour long. It's cold as hell. Written, direct, produced, made by me. It's probably like my 20th movie, man. And I'm grateful. Anybody that ever cared about my art or ever watched any of my films, man, thank y'all. You just don't even know, man. But I'm grateful. So check that movie out. Plus, I got other movies on there. It's a few of the joints. Plus, my movie Hood Life, that just made 20 years old, because I made that in 2001. So we're gonna be trying to do an update on that movie. Dan, that's what we're doing. We're gonna be making Hood Life. Wait a minute, you helped me. No, you helped me with Ripping the Streets. That's a few years later. Yeah, so he was selling bread. That's a good right there. Hell yeah, he kind of motherfuckers. And XXO game, it was this nigga crazy. Crystal K said that parents aren't at fault for raising. Yeah, I think the gangbanging thing is different up there, because in California, if you can gangbang as a grown man, like 39, 49. In Chicago, if they catch your ass out there gangbang, they put a RICO case on your ass so quick, you be shocked. Like, what the damn? It's different. I think it's different in different towns, like different cities. Like, they even do that shit up in New York. Like, if you a gangbanger and you this, that, and they put a RICO case on your ass. That's America. So, but I think in California it's a little different, because you see the guys out there, they deep in the gang thing, and they way older. It's like, wow, it's just a different. I think it's different around the countries. You know what I'm saying? I don't know though. Yeah, but yeah, Zoe was playing that, man. He was playing, man. Yeah, he was playing, dude, that about that money. And I think that he's trying to play this, man. He's trying to play broke homie. Oh man, I'm fucked up out here, man. I'm caught the bus. I had to put money on this. I'm taking care of my kids. And it's like, man, when he started talking that shit about I'm taking care of my kids, that's why I didn't have to pay you. Man, that fucked me up right there. He basically said, when they said, why didn't you pay him in 3 years? He said, I'm taking care of my kids. I'm taking care of my family. I'm taking care of my bills. It's like, well, what the fuck you think everybody else doing, nigga? What, you really think you the only motherfucker taking care of their kids and family? Like, what the fuck you talking about, man? It's hard to have a homie like that, man. Then I see how he treating old boy. And it's like, why you treating this nigga like that, man? Because you pocket watching, you seeing this nigga get money, you seeing this nigga got money. And so it's almost like, nigga, how dare you ask me for money and you know I'm fucked up out here, man? You know I can't pay you that 20. And then the whole time you seeing him spending money over here, taking care of this kind of operation, putting down on this. Motherfuckers coming up to you and be like, hey, what happened? Oh, man, old boy Zoe invested in this. Zoe invested in that. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Yeah, he put up he only put up 8 G's, but he in on this now. Like, how the fuck this nigga get money? So it's like, how do you trust motherfuckers if that's what they ultimately gonna be like, man? How can you have a trust friendships if a motherfucker ain't willing to pay you back and put you in a hole? That ain't your homie. That's what I was thinking. You weren't, and then he kept, she wasn't thinking about it. She say, you wasn't thinking about your kids when you beat up Aries. I agree. And then you told us, he embarrassed me. So Corey embarrassed me by saying all that, and I'm a weak link. But what you do to Aries? You beat the shit out of this man who got to travel the country now with a knot on his head, and everybody looking at him like, what the fuck? And then you knew the nigga was drunk too. Man, he take advantage of motherfucker. You basically look. We just swallowed this nigga take advantage of people, and then somebody called him out on it. Don't nobody want to look at it from that perspective. That I'm caring of my kids with a sneak this to Corey. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, when you think about it, he could have been saying that, yep, because he was like, because Corey didn't raise his kids, and he keep bringing that up. He keep making that an issue. He keep pulling that out as a reason. I don't know why the fuck that's important if you owe a nigga $20,000, somebody I ain't raised my motherfucking kids. And then most dudes ain't gonna have no control over that. Because if a female feel like she ain't fucking with you no more, she got a new guy, she finna move out of town, you ain't shit, you ain't gonna be raising your kids. That's all America. That's how I go around this motherfucker, and can't nobody control that. You can't, unless you gonna make this lady not do that, and how can you do that? You can't make them do nothing. Then she can tell you, get your ass on, and you can't be in your kid's life. That's life. That ain't even really nobody trying to do that. That's just life. You know what I'm saying? So relationships is relationships. But at the end of the day, he could have been saying that though, because you know, if all he got on you is this money thing, and you got 5, 6 everything, you a hypocrite. You don't take care of your kids. You know, he got things on Corey because he been sitting next to him all the time, kind of like taking notes. And that was that day where he just was trying to put it out there. But that 20,000 to me is trumping anything. You ain't got nothing to motherfucker say until you start making a payment. You ain't got no time to be busting me out. You can't tell me go to church. You can't tell me take care of my kids. You can't tell me take showers every day. I don't want to hear nothing from you until you start paying me my money. And anything you say is going to make me go right back on that money. Because that's what he keeps saying. Is he going to have to always bring this money up? Is that all he going to do is bring this money up every time? Every time I'm around, that's all he going to do is bring this money up? Yeah, motherfucker. Like, that's what friends do. Like, literally, that's what the fuck friends do. Your family might not bring something up. Like, if your family members, you could come and say, auntie, mama, brother, cousin, don't talk about that time when I shitted on myself at the park. They might say, oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't gonna even. Yeah, I know you older. But your homie, hell yeah, he gonna bust your ass out. Because that's what friends are. They're gonna do. Friends do that. So, you know, you don't want to be in a hole to nobody, because now you put yourself in a situation where they can bust you out. They can put you on play like that. So, yeah, that 39,000 in the bank, that ain't nothing to play with right there. That's so much money. And see, Corey knew that. Corey knew that money came in, and he probably was sitting there thinking, when this nigga gonna give me any of that? Like, you ain't gonna hit me with nothing? Man, that's crazy. I could have took my homie. I couldn't have looked my homie in the face if I cost him any kind of money like 20,000, let alone be in this show trying to call him out. Man, I swear to God, boy, this nigga right here, boy, yeah, for a person like Gray, that's true. Because, you know, I'm from Chicago. All of that false flag and gang shit, if you from the suburbs, you ain't even going to be able to walk around this motherfucking town. So for that guy to be gang banging, false flagging in another state, it's less likely some gangs from Chicago going to walk up on you and say, especially when you're an older grown man too, it's not going to really happen to you. But the fact that somebody is a grown man gangbanging, it's a perfect example that they probably couldn't have done it when they were younger. So it's like, oh shit, I got away from the plantation. I can go over here and be a gang person, and nobody will know that I wasn't a gang motherfucker when I was a kid. So most people are trying to get away from the gang life, not get away and then become that. So that's why Corey was calling him out, because them projects that Corey grew up in, shit. You wasn't playing no half a gang nigga in that motherfucker. It never would happen like that. Yeah, well, you know, he burnt up now. Because if he was getting AdSense money from Google, from YouTube, like you said, then now he ain't getting that shit. Because Corey gonna cut him off from all of that. Because he kept saying, I ain't going back to Corey's show. But another thing he did say, though, he gained a lot of followers. See, we don't know this about Zoe Williams. He gained a lot of followers. He said he had thousands of emails and thousands of followers came in after this shit. So he probably kind of stepped his life up a little bit. His whole brand is lifted a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You already know, Burger. You already know. Ain't nobody going. That's why I was like, when he whooped Corey ass, no, ain't no way in hell he whooped Corey ass. Corey would have beat that boy ass so bad on that show, all of it because of the pain. It ain't got nothing to do with how much karate you know, or how much fight, just the pain. Nigga, the pain that boy would have got. He's from California. He nice living. It's friendship. It's friendly. There ain't nobody doing nothing like that. I mean, it's probably areas where it is like that. But I don't think Zoe Williams move around like that. Just like when them gang dudes was talking on the show today earlier, he was asking them questions like he was a motherfucking Channel 7 News. Like, hey, so what do you guys do? 70,000 followers. That's a lot. That's a lot of followers. So that means he getting something. I don't know what they bring you in, but he getting something. You know what I'm saying? I just think that he looked at Corey like a lick. Like, you know what, nigga? Basically, it's like this. When I was hustling downtown Chicago, I wanted to hustle in front of Nike Town. So Nike Town is my big ass store that sell Nike fucking shoes, but everybody in the motherfucking world coming to that bitch. So it's like Nike Town is a big ass whale or a big ass giant. And as long as you stand next to that motherfucker, you gonna get money too. That's the game. So you don't even have to fucking work no. You ain't gotta ask nobody nothing or shit. Just stand right here. And I ain't the only one. It's 9, 10 niggas out there because we know everybody coming to this motherfucking block to go in this store. I don't give a fuck who they are. Nike is the biggest brand in America. They got 5 motherfucking floors. So people come to this bitch. So all you gotta do is just stand by this bitch and then you gonna get your money. So that's what Corey is to Zoe. Zoe, like, if I just stand by this nigga, I'm gonna blow up my brand. I'm gonna get these followers. I'm gonna get this money. I'm gonna get my. Now, here's the problem: when Corey say, "Hey, could you pay me back? Could you give me back what you owe? Hey, nigga, I need you to do this." And then it's like, hold on, nigga, that ain't the relationship. That's not the relationship. What the fuck are you asking me? It's a problem. And now it's like, hold on, now it's a girl. You been say you crushing a girl. My nigga say chill on the motherfuckers. Hey, look, motherfucker, like it's just like if you with a girl and then you tell her like, hey, this is our relationship and it's just like this. You feel me? That's it. And then good month and a half, she talking about, I want you to meet my mother and them. You like, what the fuck you talking about? Me and my mom and them, my OG and them. Come on here and meet. You like, what, go to the family reunion? Like, I'm not going to no motherfucking family. And now the relationship is trying to change because she coming out of bag in a whole other direction. And I think that's what dude felt like when he was coming at Corey. With the speaker box come down. He said a nigga with the speaker box. Yeah, that old that motherfucker been down there a long ass time, boy. I seen the documentary of the motherfucking Jewtown. I seen a documentary of the Jewtown in the 70s and 80s. That nigga was out there in a suit just like that with the fucking bullhorn. We wasn't even born back then. None of us, I don't even know how y'all was even born back then. That nigga was doing that shit way back then. I was like, damn, that nigga, I thought he was just somebody that lost their job and did it. Nah, that's been his life back when Martin Luther King was alive and shit. This nigga been on that same shit. It's crazy. But look, that's what that was, man. So it's like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he is though. But you know, he been out there. But I heard the shorties got on them one year, man. I don't really know what all that was, but you know what I'm saying. But I know everybody else don't know what we talking about. We just talking about an older guy that be downtown Chicago that be with the bullhorn, and he tell people about, you ain't going to heaven if you're homosexual. If you're smoking, you ain't going to see God. If you're cussing, you don't need to cuss. You ain't gonna go to God. He do this every day, all day, every single day. He'd be out there tomorrow. I don't know if he out there in this weather, but he'd be out there. The guy be out there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, on that point, yo, man, the GoFund money had to be spent and assigned. Otherwise, people going, yeah, somebody said that on the show. They did say that on that show, that the people going to jail if they spend a GoFund money on something else. Okay, and give it to Corey, and they both be telling jokes and still giving wisdom. Jail. So bad to go crazy. But look, that's true though. They said that as soon as they was like, why did he give them the money? They were saying that you can't do that. It's illegal to take that donor's money and spend it for something else other than what the fuck they donated for, which I didn't know. So that's exactly what they said on that show. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he did say he took $9,000 and lived his life and bought shit for his own self. That's what Corey, so Williams did say that. So I don't know if it was exactly 9,000 or if he just was saying he was going to have to use about 9 G's to take care of himself. But he said did leave the rest of the money in some lady's bank account. I don't know what that was about, man. Yo, man, we've been kicking it on here, man, talking, going crazy, learning about this and just trying to see what, you know what I'm saying? Oh, damn, man, on 5. Yeah, he did say something about Frank. That's a lot of them. Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of dough. He probably told Frank on some homie shit like, nigga, if I need you to tell motherfuckers I give you 5, say yeah. You know, because that's how homies are. Like, I don't know about, that's a lot of fucking money to be doing just some fucking computer shit when the podcast shit come on. But I don't know. Maybe they was using Frank equipment as well. That's a high possibility. But you know, Corey been making investments in this whole thing, buying equipment, renting a location for the spot. You got to rent that motherfucking spot they in. He been renting and buying money for them, spending money for that shit. So I know he's at that point where you want to see the money come back. You know what I'm saying? So we got to just try to see how to make all that shit come together. And you know, the little younger dudes was talking dope too, because they was talking about trying to be black and trying to have brotherhood and all that stuff. And that's important too, obviously, man. Even one of the guys was like, younger guys need to know how to deal with a situation like that. You know what I mean? Where some money even come involved. You know, it's wild out here with friendships, man. Ain't none of this shit locked in stone. Ain't none of this shit. Yeah, I think so too. He should have gave that 5,000 to Corey, and then he would have shut him up, because we all know that giving him any money would have shut him up. He wouldn't have been able to say nothing. But he didn't get nothing, not a dime in 3 years, and that's hard. Ain't nobody. I ain't spent no 20,000 on no homie and then just let it go like that, and it'll be hard to do it. It would be hard to do it. So I'm telling you, I don't know if y'all have. I don't know what kind of friends y'all got, but it would be hard to walk around and know that this nigga got 20 G's and then he ain't going to look back out for me, or he talking about how they just rented a private jet or bought all these drinks when they was out of town or some shit like that. And I'd be like, what the fuck? Man, so watching these videos too, Hood Films, he called out a couple of people. I did see that. He did. Some lady. He talking about some female call he doing that's doing videos on him. But, you know, I think the comments from the people make Zoe Williams go crazy. I think the comments from the people make him go crazy. I think he can't take the comments, because he was going crazy on the comments, even on the show. He was almost like, man, what the fuck? Man, y'all saying this? They talking about something, I'm gonna get my 30,000. Every time they was talking, he would cut everybody off and be like, look, let me read this comment. And he would respond to the comments and shit like that. So I think the comments is getting to that nigga. So Williams can't take that shit. He like, man. But you know, man, people making him know that what he did wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. To be on that level and somebody got to tell you what you wasn't right is just crazy. Go put some salt in that snow. All right. Yeah, man. I'm about to jump off of here too, though, because, man, I got to jump back into some other things. But I'm going to make sure that I post this, and I want y'all to let me know in the comments all the information when y'all think about this. Thank y'all for hitting me up. We did another hour, a little bit over an hour on this show. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all getting back on here, man. Yeah, boy, that was cold. Yep. But you know, they all should be thinking like that, man, for sure, man. That was, man, that. And he said, "Oh boy, was banging on wax back in the." That was an album that was out in like 1995 called "Banging on Wax." It was the Crips and the Bloods did a song with. I don't know. I think it was that 95. I think that was the one that year, because they did it twice. But that first year they had when I was young, they appreciate you, bro. They had that music out there. You know what I'm saying? All these people talk like they ain't never had a power or water getter cut off, never got evicted, or never had carpets ass. Trump don't pay his lawyers. That's true. I don't know nobody who don't owe somebody. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, that's true. Because I definitely owe them student loan motherfuckers. But yeah, you're right. Everybody owes somebody. Yep, that's for sure. Yep. You know, I mean, it's crazy to be able to look at this situation from the outside looking in, and then we all give our opinion. That's what the internet for. That's what the world is for. Nobody perfect. Nobody got it all right. Nobody got it all locked down. You know what I'm saying? We all kind of being works in progress, and you could take stuff like that and learn from it, or apply it to yourself, learn from the different situations. We all going to have friendships in the future that might be this, that, and the third, and we just got to figure out how to navigate with it. Nobody perfect. Ain't nobody going to have all the answers. Nobody going to tick the way you going to tick. We all unique, and we all got our own journeys. So, man, I'm thanking y'all on here again. Check out my movie. It's called Killer Rapper. It's right here on this channel. You can check it out for free. You're going to love it. It's official. It's about an hour long. You can also check out my new book. It's called How to Make a Hood Movie. This thing right here is official. It's on Amazon. Support me on that. It's on the ebook status too. You know what I'm saying? It's fly. I got a book out here in the game. You feel me? You see that again? I got a book in the game now, man. Yes, it's out here, man. So I appreciate y'all support, man. Y'all rocking with Hood Films. Hey, I'm gonna check out the Corey thing. When I get done checking out the Corey thing, I'm gonna jump back on here tomorrow at some point, and I'm gonna let y'all know what I see and saw about that. So if y'all check out 5150, let me know. Thank you. Hit the comments. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna be back at y'all tomorrow. So y'all have a dope night. All right, later, y'all.